Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in. Check out your boy, P Farm, thinking right out here in the lab, in the book, in the wee hours of the morning. The way I like it. I got a nice one for you today. We done did the pyramid thing. I hope you got a little bit better understanding why I do the pyramids. Now let's talk about the survey of the Nile Valley education system. This is gonna be fun. This is my other area of expertise. This is what I learned years ago. So it's gonna be fun. Let's go. Redism, 25 rule to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in my story for life. I give you life lessons. You tune in and receiving them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinkers way of life through mental and spiritual discipline, practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission that all right thinkers know thyself, excuse me. Your if you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. You see where we're going with this? Let's get that together. So I ask the question, do you know you? You will when I get through. Yeah, that's what I do. Let's go. It's rhetorical, but if you don't have the answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. You can teach them. That's why I do what I do. For you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know, spiritually sleep. I can awaken them. I'm your spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right? They who know thyself and too. Might not be true. Let's talk about the survey of the Nile Valley education. They had an education system second to none. I love this because this is where I got my stuff from. On the side here, you're going to see a picture. Everybody know this picture. You've seen it before. But do you know what it means? Just like any esoteric teachings, everybody can see the outward example, the exoteric, the outer side. But not many people know the message they're hitting. That's why they call their schools of mystery schools. Why? It's a mystery that you have to solve for yourself. It's only a mystery to the outsiders. Remember that. I'm a Mason. I know what the compass and square mean. If you're not, you just know that's the sound for Mason. I got the pyramid on my head. I'm a Mason, logic perfection. I know the meaning behind the pyramid on my head. Just gave a breakdown, a bunch of information about the pyramid. So it's all about information, which is esoteric, which is useful information to educate you. Let's go. In Kemetic literature, the world was created by, they call it Enoch. Listen, this is way back. A group of what they call nine gods or nature, more than one. The nature, Atum, which is the one, whose name means atom. Atom, not Adam. Adam, y'all clear the first man. Yeah, spare me that. This is the original teaching. So I don't care what you present to me from your perspective at this point. No, I got one. I got mine. You can bring yours and respectfully, but don't mean nothing to me. This is what I follow. Moving on. Okay, here we go. So the natural Adam, whose name means all and nothing. Definition of God. He's everything and he's nothing. That was the concept in the beginning, way long time ago, before we start playing some main games about God, man, and this other nonsense. They already had the concept of God figured out. Let's go. And projected himself into cosmic existence and then produced from his body four complementary pairs of Neturui. They were, you ready? This we call elements of nature. The first thing, that stuff that we breathe. Air. We call them Shu. Gave an identity. Okay. Man with a feather on his head. Okay. And he had a twin sister. These were the first kids from Ra. This when the kids, when I went and found them, it was Shu and Tufnut. Tufnut has a head of a lion. Lioness, female lion. She represents moisture. Dry air, what we breathe. Moisture comes from up top, the water the earth. Okay, we got water. 35% of this thing is water, but now we got water comes up there. He, all conscious, knowing that, put it there. Everything that you got in nature is understandable. They broke it down for you. They made it real easy to understand. Then you got Gab. Let me show you who Gab is. See the guy down here in the bottom? Laying down, stretched out. Now you see the other picture, you see him with his penis rock hard. Okay, because they just took him from the making love situation. And Shu, which is air, was told by Ra, which is the fire, the sun represented, but he's also the ultimate spirit. So he said, Tough Newt. He said, give me Gab and Newt. Gab represents the earth. Newt is the lady stretched across her. Okay, you see her with stars over her body. She represents heaven. Okay, this is Newt. That's heaven. That's the fermentation of dome that we got. That's what she represents. That's where it comes from. Okay, the original concept. It was a female stretched over. Okay, now who she's over? Gab. But before they were stretched over, they were like this. Couldn't nothing happen. God told Shu, handle that. So Shu got between them and separated them. Depending on who telling the story. I'm being nice now. This is the nice story. This is the child story, the PG rated story. He separates them. That's what you see right there. He's pushing up to heaven. Stand on Gab, keep him grounded. So the physical body will stay here. To go to heaven, only the spirit goes to heaven. Conceptually, that's where I got the heaven and hell concept. This is the origination comes from right here. All right. So when Gab was separated from Newt by Shu, that's what the picture shows. That's what they're showing you. It says one of the earliest stories of creation of the world was recorded in the literature of Kemet in the document now called in the Greenfield Papyrus. The text shows that nature Shu separating Newt from Gab. Okay, separate what? Heaven from earth. Raising up. The only thing between heaven and earth now is air. Okay, that's the concept. Back in the day, when you have beef with somebody, ain't nothing between us but air. Come on, let's go. So air is there, but it ain't there. God, there, but ain't there. See, all this makes sense if you study and learn it. It makes sense. Let's go. If you want to try to critique and break it down, you waste your time. Why? Because you can't. It's foolproof, ignorant proof. Okay, still, and these four naturally were said to have given birth to what? Four other nature, and they were. You ready? Starting with Asar. Remember, the first five elements, the first five things is air, moisture, earth, and sky, and the sun. Those five elements. 6, man, the beast, us, humans, Asar. Y'all know him as Osiris. Okay? Spirit turns to matter. That's what Christ is to the Christians. Same thing, but I'm not here to rag on it. It's just a concept that changed from generations. I know that too. I study and understand. Everybody had a philosophy of their culture at that time. Didn't make a difference. So understand that. Now we got so many, we don't know the pick. Like a kid going to the store, 32 flavors. Oh, when it was just 3, vanilla, chocolate, strawberry. Okay, or metropolitan, whatever you call it. But it wasn't hard to figure out what you like. And they started adding on. People taste like it. Now you got too much stuff. They don't even know what the hell they like. They combine it. So again, we throw a bunch of stuff up against the wall, see what stick. But the nature of the creation didn't do that. It was precise. Okay, this wouldn't help the scale to willy-nilly. 6 is Asar. That represents the principle of what? Omnipotence. That means he's the what? Generator. He's our father. Our spirit, Haru, his son, the only begotten, according to y'all, Jesus. No, we had that a long time ago. Okay, that's us. Our mother is wisdom and knowledge, intuitive. Mothers know best. They say fathers, but they still mothers know best. Why? It's intuitive in them. They naturally built for that. That's their job. They represent wisdom. Aset is the female complement of Asar. She represents wisdom. Okay? Set, the evil brother, your ego, that's inside you. His principle is what? Opposition. Who is he in opposition with? Asar is considered God, so he's in opposition to God, his own brother. See the concept? Or the story plays out perfect. And it's us. That's what I figured out. They talk about us. So we didn't hide it. They didn't hide it. Everybody had access to this information. You didn't have to become a mason, a shriner, and all that nonsense to get what? Knowledge of self. That's all they're giving him. Excuse me. Yeah. Set represents the ego. Now y'all call him the devil. And the way you're right, philosophically, metaphorically, yeah, why? He goes against what's good, what's right. So he's the bad guy. No, he's just not godly. he when he got his devil. Remember, he represents the ego. What the ego do? Edge God out. He thinks he's God. So he's ego tripping. And if you allow that to run your life, he will. He got no problem. He don't care. Moving on. But now you got 8. That's that. She's the female complement to Set. She represents mortality. Her sister Aset represents immortality, which is complementary to God. She represents what? Mortality, which is death, represented with the ego. Boy, this is a beautiful thing. I hope you understand it. Now I'm teaching what? I know all this. This is my wheelhouse. I told you. All right. But this process of halving is what? The basis of the Nile Valley mathematics and the contemporary biological science, which is associated with the process of cellular division called mitosis. This concept was expressed in an ancient text which stated, you ready? This is what they understood. I am 1 that transforms into 2. I am 2 that can transform into 4. I was 4 that transformed into 8. And after that, I am 1. He's identified with nature, identify himself with everything, and then separate himself and say, yeah, everything comes from the 1, and I am him. Moving on. All right, now, let's start the lesson. What you been? No, I'm just giving you a highlight, break something down. Now we're going to talk about the survey of the Nile Valley education. They was well-educated people. They created the concept of it, so let's go. Every temple built in Kemet was designed to certain specifications and orientations to specific celestial bodies. They had already mapped out the sky, astronomy. They had already figured out, okay? So, and each temple was decorated with elaborate wall carvings that were painted in bright, brilliant colors. Most temples contained numerous statues. Some were life-size and others were several stories high. You see Ramses, the big statue? Okay. It's quite obvious that in order to create a temple, what have to happen? You have to have a vast array of skilled technicians, not just one. Imhotep started the Saqqara temple, but he had help. They didn't mention him, but yeah, he had a whole bunch of people working with him. That's a leader. You put people in position to do what they do. You ain't got to micromanage everything. You macro, you run the big stuff. Let them run the little stuff. You can't run it all. That's the concept. And it was required for the planning and the construction and the maintenance of each edifice. They didn't just throw buildings up willy-nilly. They knew the winter solstice. They knew the summer solstice. They knew when the equinox, so they would put the building set it so at a certain point of that one day, the building would be lit up. That's brilliant. That's genius to me. I love that idea. And these individuals had to be what? Skilled. In what areas? Math, architecture, engineering, drafting, painting, sculpture, art, design, and a number of other assorted disciplines and skills. The concept of skills to pay the bills in ancient times. You don't work, you don't eat. I tell you, on the streets, we had a phrase, I do this on the streets for bread and meat. If I can't get my thing on, I can't eat. So if you ain't doing something productive, you ain't have some kind of plan, you will starve. Animals know how to forage for food. Man, if you can't put together a strategy to feed yourself, you will starve. So that becomes what? Depending on somebody else. It's slavery. Moving on. Okay. If you allow somebody to manipulate you, to use you to their benefit, you're a slave. Moving on. Don't make a difference who it is. Sometimes you slave yourself. Your ego got you under control while it's running you. You ain't running it. So you're a slave. Okay? Mentally. In order to facilitate the enormous demand for such technicians and institutions had to be established in order to even train them. Hello, right there. School, education. They call it the mystery school. Remember that. I studied Egyptian mystery system. That's the education system, the way of life for them. That's what it is. And they, for the outsiders, oh man, they got this, they got that. Yeah. But for the inside, we knew just what we had. Okay. I keep telling you, if you belong to the cult, a secret society, any order, you have secrets. You got handshakes, you got passwords, you got a philosophy that you're proud of, you got bylaws. That's understandable. That's organization. Those who there for a reason. The one thing we had that I always ask my fellow brothers, Masons, are you here on your own free will and accord? Did somebody promise you something? Somebody threaten you about something? Somebody warn you? Whatever it is. No. Are you here on your own accord? Not for somebody steering you. I would never advocate being a Mason. When I was a Mason, I just showed what a Mason looked like. If you want to be like me, come on, I'll help you out. And that's what I did, 15 years. Moving on. All right. But teaching, education, that's God. God want knowledgeable followers, not a bunch of ignorant, superstitious believers. That's why they don't get what they deserve. Why? They ain't doing the right thing to get it. Okay? Righteous living, virtuous actions is what God recognized. Y'all worry about man, trying to impress this, trying to look good for him, hoping he like, man, I ain't got time for none of that. I done got old, so none of that excites me no more. I've been there, done that, went through all that. Now I'm trying to teach others to what? How to avoid it. That's why I teach. I'm an elder. I'm trying to help young people. Don't have a lot to tune in, but I appreciate you when you do. Somebody called me, I look like their grandfather. I don't know if that's good or bad, but I take that as a compliment. Thank you. But within these institutions, there also had an existence of faculty which specialists, engineers, in various fields of study. They had people in charge along with the support staff. Now, this is ancient. This is not modern. This is how it started. We are the originators of that, so we know it. I'm trying to explain that to you. This ain't new. All the information I got ain't nothing new. I don't care about new. I want old. Why? The original. That's what works. This new stuff, it got to look good. It got to sound good. I don't want no damn washing machine that made music. Just wash my damn clothes. Excuse me. That's what I mean by old school. Some of this new stuff I'm not with. And I used to laugh at my dad. He was an old head. He couldn't get with funk. He wasn't. No, he was so no with the funk. I've used him as that character. Why? He wasn't with the movement. He wasn't with that. It was for young people at that time. So yeah, I understand. Now I'm not doing this new stuff that y'all doing. Have fun. Have at it. Knock yourself out. But of course, they had to be what? Administrators who were responsible for the maintaining of the infrastructure necessary for the continued existence of each institution. We got construction sites like crazy now. Everybody put together a team of guys, carpenters, plumbers, electricians to what? Go build this edifice. And that's what we did. As traveling men, masons, we was what? Workers, builders of cathedrals, building in masonry. We actually did Masonic work, okay? It's two concepts, speculative and operative. This is speculative, thinking, learning, understanding. Like before you get your driver's license, you gotta take the test, learn the rules, understand. That's speculative. When you actually get behind the wheel, that's operative. You see where I'm going with this? Then we have speculative masonry, which we practice to what? Build ourselves at the edifice, like they do when they go around the world. Same philosophy, same concept. It's all symbolical. I learned how to be a better man through Masonic order. I'll tell anybody that. Oh, I learned the Masonic order. Oh, I did. Trust me. I didn't like who was teaching it. Why? Hypocrites. Within my own, I saw what I didn't like about people who talk all that good stuff, noble and glorious. Y'all ain't nothing but a bunch of not good dudes perpetrating fraud. All right. And hiding behind what? The respect that they have for the Masonic order. Yeah, they built that up. Y'all tearing it down. Right now, I don't respect Masons. Why? Y'all full of crap. Y'all just tore the crap down. I'm a craftsman. Okay. I love the craft. But the people that run it can't stand them. Moving on. So I leave it alone. Okay. I got people. I want to be a Mason. I'm an advocate. I don't push them to you. Come on, right thinking why you get that information. I got that information. I can get that to you. You want that? I give it to you. You ain't got to go. The only thing about Masonic information, it only works inside the lodge. Unless you what? Practice the lessons. That's what I did. I'm saying, y'all ain't doing this. Y'all talk a good one, but y'all don't live it. Get back to lessons. Sorry. Education meant to be harnessed, learned, and then manifested by everybody. It should not be, well, we're going to be over here. We're going to hit them out. They say 85% of us are ignorant because they want to keep you that way so they can manipulate and control you. Numerous records exist to this day which show that our African people in the Nile Valley, particularly those from ancient Kemet, had created such an educational system that was second to none to this day. I will back that up to myself. Why? I'm educated from them. I got educated from them. And every bit of knowledge I got from every college university don't come close. They had the best education system, the likes of which have yet to be duplicated. Yeah, that's how I feel about it. I'm not smart because I went to college. I'm not smart because I studied university. No, I'm smart because I lived the lessons I learned from the books that I got out of Egypt. Come on, I've been doing this for a long time. And I'm so understanding. We so messed up what? Knowledge. Lack of it is what's keeping us ignorant. I'm just doing my part to what? To try to enlighten us. That's my mission. That's my goal. That's what I'm on. Okay, where we at? So, again, and never been nobody come close to the civilization that the commissions reached levels. And that's ancient. Oh, a long time ago. And still ain't nobody duplicated. That's my point. And every temple in Kemet had vast libraries. I got a little library, ain't big. Why? The books I got, I done read every one. And a book on my shelf that I don't know about what's in it. Why? I spend time to read it. That's education. That's knowledge. I'm giving knowledge away. Why? I got a bunch of it. I'm trying to give this stuff away to somebody that can use it. That's all. Like clothes. You don't throw them away. You give it to somebody who need them. Knowledge. Once you acquire it, you use it. Now you give it to others. Moving on. That's my plan. And everyone had vast libraries, and it was equipped with thousands of papyrus, we know today as books, scrolls, which contain dissertations on law, medicine, philosophy, and numerous other subjects. 7 liberal arts. We were educated people. All of us, the society, not a few people across the board. Temples was open to the general public. Anybody can go to the temple and worship and learn and be better. We didn't discriminate. Well, we only want you. We only want him. We only can. No, it didn't work that way. Now, y'all selected about who y'all get the knowledge to. That's not fair. Moving on. And what's this? Philosophy. You got Isaac Meyer in a publication of the oldest book in the world, which is gives an account of the libraries of the Old Kingdom. That's what they call it, Kemet Kingdom. In one of the tombs on Giza, they had a great functionary of the 6th dynasty takes the title of the governor of the House of Books, aka the librarian. Keeping records, holding on, making sure we got libraries to go to now to get the information with the books. That's where they put them at. They put it there for a reason. And this simple mention thrown incidentally between 2 or more elevated titles would be sufficient in fault of others coming to show us the extraordinary development at the time of the Commission civilization. Anybody, when they came to meet them, foreigners, invaders, said the same thing about them. They were the most intelligent and spiritual people they've ever met. Greeks included, Romans, same thing. All right. And everybody wanted to be like us, but they wanted to control us. They enslaved us, but they practiced our religious philosophy, okay? But not only had they literature thousands of years ago, but that literature was also large enough to fill buildings, aka libraries. Its importance was so great that to one of the functionaries of the court was especially attached to preservation of the royal library. When Alexander came into Egypt, first thing they did, burn the library, destroy all our information of our ancestors. Why? So they could start over again with their information. Everything we got now, the Greeks, Asar is Osiris, Haru is Horus, Aset is Isis. No! I gave you the first name. Second name is what the Greeks called them. Again, naming things to put them in control and manipulate. I'm gonna wrap this up. I see the cool. I'm way past. You know what? I'm gonna stop right here. I got some more information I'm gonna bring to you. We about to get deep into some medicine because we invented that too. Okay, so right thinkers in closing. You all need to be 100. Me, 100 minus a day. So I know that my right thinkers who starting to realize our non-body contributions from civilization to civilization is the way to learn what about thyself and our history from us, not them. I don't want his story. I want our story. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. I'll be back.